But yeah, so that's why we're a week behind. But yes, let's get into episode 2, which
Yes.
I thought I called it. I said Joel was gonna make it to. I said Joel wasn't gonna make it past episode 3. They didn't even give him episode 2.
Okay, that's why I want to talk about episode 3, because I have a feeling he thought he was going to be in for a much longer period of time.
Pedro Pascal?
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Well, because they never show a corpse in 3. It's like he refused to put on makeup. It's like he refused to lay down on the table.
You thinking too much? You thinking too much into it?
No,
maybe they just didn't want to see. Maybe we just didn't want to see. Because he's going to be in. He's just going to be in the rest of the season.
Willing to do it, but Pedro Pascal was probably like, no.
You said
the
what?
End of the episode, the little redhead.
Well, nobody give a fuck about the little redhead. I mean, it was sad. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, that's Joe. Like, we saw the man get killed, get beat. Do we need to see his dead body too? That's just you just throwing too much on there, and you just thinking too much into it.
No, I needed that because it felt uncomfortable. But episode 2. The Battle of Helm's Deep was probably the best part about the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they never had nothing like that. They never had nothing like that in the game.
No.
But so to have that there, oh my God, that was awesome.
Yeah,
I loved every minute of that.
Well, they did have stuff like that in the first game where you're defending the fort, the dam sequence and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was expecting that to happen in the first game, but it never did. Yeah. So they brought it here.
The first one. So they did it here, and it's like, okay, it makes sense because the episode would have been completely boring otherwise. So I was okay with that. The only thing I didn't like, it was like they're blowing up a ton of oil. Their most valuable resources they're getting rid of immediately. I was like, I know it's based off a video game, and in a video game you can get away with it, but it's like I was thinking like logically, maybe a sawdust bomb, something that's easily obtainable for them.
Yeah.
Oil is something they're not going to get any replacements of. But I enjoyed that bit. It was so cool.
My bad. Raid. I was struggling with that cup, dude. I thought I was gonna drop that shit, and we live too. That'd been horrible. But no, man, that raid, dude. When Abby is walking over is walking in the snow, she sees the frozen clickers and everything. I thought that was dope, and you slowly see them moving, and the next thing you know, bro, it's like a fucking. It seemed like what's the game? Days Gone.
Yeah,
how it was like so, man. And then, bro, I was getting claustrophobic when she was climbing underneath the gate. That right there, that was the scariest part of the episode.
Were they on top of her, basically?
Yes, that was the scariest part of the episode. But what was even scarier was when I was praying to God that she did not get saved by Joel. And what happened? Joel pops up and saved her. I'm like, bro, just saved.
I do like how they changed a bit of it, where they have Dina call out Joel's name instead of Joel introducing himself.
Yeah,
because people were complaining about that bit, and it was like, okay, this makes sense. You have Dina just shout out his name instead of being like, "Hello."
Didn't they do that? Oh no, they didn't do that in the game, did they?
No. In the game, when he saves them, he's like, "Oh, hello, I'm Joel."
Okay, yeah, I give you that.
Yeah, so
I can see that
changed up a bit. It was nice.
I hate Abby with a passion,
but I don't care for Ellie in this episode either, because she's still acting childish. Like the one guy is like forgiving him, is like, sorry, I was drunk, I said things I shouldn't have said at the New Year's party, and bigot sandwiches. It's just like that whole thing is just like, just say sorry. That guy's trying way too hard. Even in episode 3, he's still trying, and she's still being a child. And it's just like, at some point you just give up and no longer want to help people because they're just being childish. I can't stand Ellie.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie, bigot sandwiches sound fucking good. Damn.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I didn't care for really anything in episode 2 except for the Battle of Jacksonville.
I mean, that was the whole episode. That was the whole episode.
But that's it. That was it. I didn't care for the story there. I didn't care for Joel getting captured. I didn't care about hearing Ellie's. Oh, I didn't care about the other Wolf members Abby's team going like, oh, there is a plan. We're just going to convince her to return. It just, I didn't care for any of that.
Also, bro, when we saw this episode, you was complaining about the fact that he didn't kind of like what
he
was
didn't
it?
defend his actions.
Okay, there you go. That's what I was, bro. It doesn't matter what he was going to say. This is the thing. Stop. He's not the type of motherfucker to beg because he knows that if he was in that
He
exact
isn't
same, he was in
begging.
that exact same situation, it's done. It's done. I already blasted your ass. It's a wrap. You about to die. Why am I about to sit here and say, oh, well, you know, there's bad people on both sides? No, I'm not about to beg. It's a wrap. So to
He
sit there
wouldn't
and
be
say,
begging. He would be convincing her that, oh, your father was just as bad a person as
bro,
I am. That's what you do.
He can tell that she was getting ready to blow his fucking shit out.
It was
It's
Joel
a wrap.
giving up. It was
That wasn't Joel giving up. That was Joel knowing that, hey, it's a
everyone
wrap.
who's reviewing it has the same issue because it's like Joel gave up in that
And
moment.
those are the same people that was sitting there saying, and those are the same people that were sitting there talking shit about the game in the first place. Same people that are review bombing this show. So you really think I'm about to sit there and listen to them? They're going to complain about every little thing. Plain and simple. Oh, Abby said that Joel's handsome. She's rubbing this shit in his face because she's getting ready to kill him. Hell, if J-Lo kept my motherfucking mom, would be like, oh, damn, you do got a fat ass. But I'm still killing your ass. I'm just rubbing the shit in your face.
It's the problem that he did not feel like he had a way to justify his actions. He has justifiable actions. It felt like he gave up completely. Yes, he's going to die, but he didn't defend his actions as if Ellie was worth living, as if Ellie wasn't worth saving. No, dude, he would be like, he would be a punk about it. Sure, Abby wouldn't change her mind, but it would destroy what her action is. No, we are left with Abby's perspective through the whole thing. Even though we know Joel is justified, he doesn't take defense in his actions. He's like, oh, you're right. I did do wrong. Just take me out. That's how it comes across. You care too much about every character that you don't see it from everyone else's perspective. Joel acted way too passively. He did not defend his own actions. That pissed me off, that scene, because it's like, Joel, you did nothing wrong. You saved your daughter.
Nigga, he did nothing wrong, bro. There was motherfuckers that gave up, put their guns down, and he went over and slit their throats. Bro, he a punk ass doctor with a scalpel. You could have shot the motherfucker in the leg and called it a day. You shot him in the head. Don't sit there, motherfucker. He was a straight up killer. He was straight up beast mode. He didn't give no. So, bro, at the end of the day, bro, he went and get some motherfucker
daughter.
It doesn't matter, nigga.
Yes,
at the end of the day, bro, like he knows what the fuck is going on. Like he knows that. Hey, guess what? She is now in the position I was in. It ain't no talking. Dude, because guess what? Everybody that he went against, everybody that tried to convince him to stop or whatever, or I give up, it was no talking. He knows how shit goes.
So you're saying if someone's gonna pop your brains out, you're gonna go down without a fight. You're just gonna sit there and accept it and not take any kind of action.
Peep this. Okay, peep
even
this.
if it's your own words.
Stop. So if I killed your motherfucking daddy, pop that nigga, clean out. Oh no, Mauricio, pop. I just had to throw in his accent. If I pop that nigga, then all of a sudden you come for me, I'm not gonna sit there and say, well, you know, he tried to kill my daughter, this and that. Nigga, it's a wrap. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm probably gonna talk shit about you and your daddy to make you more mad. I'm not gonna sit here and try to justify my actions. Okay.
Joel did none of that either. He gave up completely.
He ain't me.
He gave up completely. That's the thing. Is like he gave up. He was a complete pacifist in that moment. It's like, dude, fight for your actions. You did nothing wrong. I don't care if he doesn't fight back with fists, as long as he speaks up for his own actions in defense of what he did. Because he was saving his own daughter in that moment. He did nothing wrong. And it's just like, dude, he was saving his daughter. He could have at least said that. No matter if he's getting beaten to a pulp, he could say that. Because even you're saying, oh, I would speak up. I would say something. Joel did nothing. So your argument is invalid.
But still, at the end of the day, though, you're saying that he should have fucking basically, you know, trying to justify his actions. What I'm saying is this. He knew that, hey, it's so, you know, he knew that it's a wrap. There's no point in me sitting there trying to justify my actions. Because like I said, if I was her, I'm gonna sit there and just do the same shit.
But you just are being hypocritical because you just said you would say something, and now you're saying
because I'm a piece of shit. I'm gonna always try to make you feel. Oh, God damn it.
Dude, you're arguing for my argument without knowing you're arguing for everyone else's issue. It's the fact that Joel is a fighter and he was sitting there not saying any. It was just like, dude, you saved your daughter. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the issue. You have to see it from our perspective. Joel should have said, because there was a dead silence for a long period of time.
That's the thing. When you said that the first time I saw it from your perspective, but here I was just like, he knew he was dead.
Yeah,
he knew he was dead. I'm not about to sit there. He's like, I'm not about to sit there and try to justify my actions. It's a wrap.
You just said if you know you're dead, you're still gonna speak up.
Oh my God. I'm saying it from his point of view of how he's seeing this shit, because he done killed so many people that sat there and tried to give up, try to justify my actions. My mom wanted me to do it. He still kills them at the end of the fucking day. So
everyone does it. Exactly. Everyone does it. He would have done it too. That's the issue.
So because everybody else done it, he's going to do it too?
Dude, it's like he gave up on everything and didn't even value his own daughter's life, didn't value Ellie's life. That's how it comes across to me. That's the thing. That's the issue. Joel was no longer Joel. Joel gave up. I know he was going to die. Everyone knows he was going to die. He knew he was going to die.
Everybody bitching about that in a TV show, but didn't none of that shit happen in the game. He was like the same way in the game. So why y'all bitching about it on the TV show than on the game? Why? Because everybody just wants to keep talking mad shit about the fucking about the show. They want to just keep review bombing this. Because I didn't hear this not one time in the game. Not one time. It was the exact same thing. He sat there while Abby talked shit, and then when she kept going, okay, hurry the fuck up. It's the exact same shit, damn near bar for bar. So why is it cool then, but not as cool here?
It wasn't cool then. It's just right now people are seeing.
But why is it now a big problem now?
Because I'm seeing it for the first time. That's the thing. It's like I'm noticing it. It's an issue. You just have to accept the fact that it is an issue. I don't care.
Let's move on. Let's move on, because we're going to keep arguing about the same shit. I'm not going to agree with you. You're not going to agree with me.
People see it as
let's move on. Let's move on.
And not wanting to continue.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
But yeah, the Battle of Helm's Deep was cool.
Oh, absolutely, dude. When Tommy went against the bloater with the fucking that shit was fire.
One thing I didn't One thing I didn't like about that was they barricaded the basement doors, but they didn't barricade the doors to the roofs.
Yeah,
that was so stupid.
They was getting taken out left and right. I'm like, damn, y'all could have did better with that.
Yeah, that's just like a few of the things I had issues with. The fact that they burned a lot of oil, the fact that they didn't barricade their roofs because they just barged in and started eating everybody. You could have at least had some barriers so they could hear the banging and turn around and shoot them. But
yeah, that was dumb on their part. That was dumb on their part.
And of course, Tommy being abandoned by the majority of the people with flamethrowers.
That shit was funny. That was funny.
And the only one that stood with him blew up.
It's crazy because that's how I always beat the bloaters anyway. I always have a flamethrower. So the fact that that's how he did it, hell yeah.
It's the best way to take him out.
Yeah, fuck shooting him.
But
I shoot him if I want to play around.
Yeah, the fact that they introduced the stealthy, the stalkers.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring them back.
Well, now that we'll move on to episode 3. Now that we're actually going to them going to Seattle, we can probably get that now because they
made it all the way to Seattle. But yeah, episode 3, I guess we're going to talk about now. They made it all the way to Seattle without coming across a single infected.
Hey, by the way, I couldn't. This is the thing. I couldn't be in no motherfucking tent at night, bro. Just out in the middle of nowhere, knowing all those clickers and bloaters to be chilling, bro. That's hell nah.
No, you find cover and you keep an eye out.
Yeah, dude. So I was so into this episode when by the way, I did like that I don't know if homie trying too hard, the bigot, or if he actually like really does care, but damn, bro, like he was like the only real one that went out and basically saying like, yo, fuck that, bro. They killed Joel, they killed one of us, which honestly he has a good point because especially when we see at the very end how big the wolves are and all the ammo. Yep. Yeah, it's probably best you do something about that.
It's a dog eat dog world, and he knows it. And that's the thing. It's like he's one of the only ones willing to help Ellie, and Ellie's still being a bigot about the whole thing.
And I mean, he got her everything she needed and then more. Like, okay, at that point, man, just say thank you. Just say thank you, because like you being a bitch right now.
Yeah, I that's the thing. It's like I enjoyed, like, this was the first time this season where I liked Ellie until she started being, you know, that way again. Because the way the episode starts, when she wakes up in the hospital screaming,
yeah,
that's where I started feeling it. I didn't care for Tommy cleaning the tarp covered body because I needed to see Joel. I'm gonna be honest, I needed to see him, but
that whole opening had a lump in my throat. That whole opening, both parts.
For me, it happened when Ellie woke up. That is where it got me. And then Ellie returning home after talking to Gail. I freaking love Gail. She seems amazing.
Yeah, I like her too. I wouldn't mind having more of her.
Yeah,
because I love the actress. I love the actress that plays her.
The only two characters I care about now is Gail and the guy who's trying to ask Ellie for forgiveness. Those are the only two I like right now.
No,
I don't
Dina?
care for Ellie. I don't care for Dina. I haven't gotten to know her enough. So for me, it's just like, we'll see where it goes. Ellie's still...
Dina's a tease, bro. Dina is a tease. Especially when they in the fucking tent and they about to go to sleep and like, oh yeah, that kiss, you know. Oh, what was you rated? It's like, girl, chill out. Stop it. You know she got a thing for you.
Yeah, I thought they were together. I don't know.
Well, no. It happens later on.
Okay.
But
it's just like she keeps hinting at it, and it's just like, girl, just speak your mind.
Yeah, it was annoying. Oh, I love that we get introduced to the scars, bro. When we sitting there, I'm like, who's this little girl? 'Cause I'm like, there was no little girl in the game. It was just the two, you know. And then all of a sudden, we see their dead bodies. That shit was rough. Like even I had to stare at the screen for a second. I'm like, damn, y'all really killed all of them?
Yeah. I found it weird because the only primary weapon they have is a hammer.
It's like that in the game too, along with some other big tools or whatever.
But the thing is, if your fungus is spores that spread into the air, if you're bashing in a fungicide, you're getting infected. You're breathing it in. So in my mind, I'm just like, why is a hammer their only weapon? They would need something different. I'm just like, they need something of range.
They whistle, bro. What do you expect from them, man? They whistle.
The whistling is just like well, I would expect them to their entire language to be whistling at that point. If they can speak entire conversations that way.
I used to hate hearing that whistle in the game. It's like you hear that whistle, that means it's your ass. I hated that with a passion.
But yeah, the fact that they're a complete cult, because they're talking about a prophet who died 10 years ago. They do what the prophet had said. And I'm just like, these people are just crazy.
Oh, hell yeah. I can't wait till we get to, what's his name? Lev and his sister. I can't wait to get to them. But dude, when they were in the tent, so I was like locked in, you know, a little high. And I'm sitting there when they were sitting there talking about like how, you know, we got to have our jackets to, you know, for like a cover. When I kept seeing her, I'm like, okay, it's getting a little cold in here. Put your jacket on. So I'm sitting there, I'm getting ready to bundle up. Tell me what I thought I was getting ready to pull up a fucking jacket on my shit. I'm like, oh my God, I got a cover. Because, bro, my entire crib is cold because the heat is off. So now I'm just sitting here. I was just as cold as them, bro. So, honestly, I was already kind of like feeling like I'm in their environment. That shit was funny as hell.
Have you been smoking and having edibles every time you're watching this?
No. I sadly just started smoking again, so I'm trying to quit again. It's just
because that's probably what. Because for me, this episode was just way too slow. Was just way too slow.
I don't know. Maybe it was me being high, but I loved the whole episode.
Yeah, I liked Ellie in the beginning, and then I stopped caring for her. I hated the entire council meeting.
I was waiting for Ellie to crack a joke when she was reading her paper. It seemed like she was trying to crack a joke, or just how she was reading it.
The whole thing felt like a joke.
It did. It was her delivery. It was her delivery of it.
Yeah,
it felt like a joke.
Is written as if sarcastic. That's the thing. And that's the thing. I didn't care for it. And it was just slow. You have the lady in the back carrying a baby, and then she's like, oh, take the baby. And then she stands up on the chair and does her whole spiel about how they shouldn't leave. It's just, I didn't care for that whole entire situation. It just felt way too drawn out.
I'm calling it out. Maria was one of the no's.
Yeah.
Easy.
Tommy was one of the yeses. I'm pretty sure Jesse was a no.
I feel like Jesse was a no too. Hopefully
Jesse
we
was a
find
no.
out. But I know we already know for a fact Tommy was a yes.
Yeah, Jesse's a puppet. Jesse's
Hey,
the puppet.
they got to Seattle kind of quick.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
damn, are we still doing season 2 and 2 in 2 seasons? I mean, part 2 and 2 seasons?
yeah, that's the thing. I think they're just gonna power through the whole thing at this point.
Well,
We
no,
were
because
expecting,
they're splitting that's what part 2 is being split into 2 seasons.
well, we
It's
were
been
expecting
confirmed.
Joel to be on episode taken out on episode 3, but they've
Hold
made
on.
it all the way to Seattle to an episode
But
3.
I forgot we are doing 7 episodes, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, we're definitely not getting through this because I mean we have to the wolves, the wolves and the scars got to go against each other. We also have to see what Abby's going on. We also have the flashbacks. Oh yeah, we have a lot. We have a lot.
That could be like 4 episodes. What you said, that could literally be 4 episodes. The wolves versus the scarred, Abby, the flashbacks, and then the revenge sequence.
You know what's funny? Really, this was funny. After everything, episode 3. Let's say this. So we can do Abby. Abby has her flashback with her father, the aquarium with Owen, and maybe her meeting up with Isaac. I'm just trying to throw in and see how they can actually just power through this in the season.
I mean, one thing they could do is have this season be Ellie's perspective, season 3 be Abby's perspective.
I was thinking they were doing that. I kind of think they're. You know what? Stop. They are, because remember in the game, spoilers for people who have not played the game.
In the game it goes back and forth.
Yeah, in the game we stop at when Abby killed. They finally close in on Abby and she kills Jesse, and then it stops and goes all the way back, and then we go through her story. That's what they're about to do. So, yep, the end is gonna end with Jesse getting killed, and then the next season is gonna be about Abby. I forgot. That's how they did it in the game, and that's basically how they've been doing it. So that makes sense. That's how we're going. Because remember, the first half of the game is Seattle day 1 through 3 with Dina and Ellie. Then the second half is Abby Seattle 1 through 3, and then that third act is with Ellie going for Abby. And okay, boom, there we go.
Yeah, we're just gonna get Abby the season 3.
I love that we know the game. That makes that shit so much easier. So when that cliffhanger come, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. Oh yeah, I played the game, man. Yeah.
It was expected. It was expected. I do like how they changed a few things around, but everything was expected.
Yeah. I actually feel better now that I know how shit gonna end, bro. Because I was wondering, like, how are they gonna do this? Yeah. But yeah. Honestly, so far so good. So far so good. I'm enjoying it.
Like,
they're actually doing it.
Like the problem I'm having is I feel like I'm wasting a lot of time because there's just a lot of run time, and I do like some of the scenic shots, like when they're traveling to Seattle, but it's like I can get this in other things. I can watch the Discovery Channel. I can watch nature shows. And I'm just like, just get to the point, get to the beats already. They're just trying to draw it out. Because the main thing, I wanted to learn more about Gail, especially Eugene, because Gail's just amazing. The fact where she's talking about how, oh, I need to see a therapist of my own. Tommy's all, how do you handle it? I'm an alcoholic. She's basically an alcoholic and an addict. So she's fine. She has her weed. She has her alcohol.
I ain't even gonna lie, dude. I was crunching on some egg rolls during her scene. Yeah, dead ass, bro.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I enjoy her. Tommy's starting to grow on me because I didn't really care for him in season 1 because we didn't get much of him. We're getting more of him now.
He had like maybe 2 episodes.
Yeah, but not completely. It was more like him just being a complimentary character. Here, he's getting fleshed out a bit more.
Yeah.
And of course, he's a dad.
And also he's about to jump in on the action too eventually. Yeah, hopefully we get an episode showing, what he been going through also. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be. It would be pretty cool. Because his conversation with Gail is actually what brings out more of the story. Like sometimes some people are just lost causes, things like that. Because Joel and Ellie walked side by side. Joel didn't affect her. They were just one and the same. Yeah, I like that. That's what the thing is. I like how Gail breaks down everything she sees, and it's just like she doesn't care. because she's an alcoholic and she just listens to everyone's problem, just like, listen up, this is this. Like when she's talking to Ellie, oh, why did Joel say this? Why did he say the bad thing he did was save your life? Like, it's so interesting seeing her perspective and like know that because she's a good actress, an amazing actress. So you know she can portray that she knows more than what she's giving off.
Speaking of that, I can't wait for episode 4. That shit looks good because oh my god, when they released all the infected on them, oh my god. So it seems like they're going against it seems like they're actually interacting with some wolves. We getting more Isaac, and Ellie's getting bit, and Dina is finding out about her being immune. That's why she got the gun on her at the end. So yeah, it looks like we're getting some action in the next episode. Yeah, it seems like we're getting more action in this than the first season, which makes sense because even the game was more action packed.
Yeah, especially in the first game that had a ton of action, but they kind of passed by a lot of that to get to the story.
I'm still mad they changed Bill's story. I mean, great episode, but it's like I still wanted what we got in the game.
Well, because remember, we had discussed this. They could have made it far more impactful when Joel leaves with Ellie and Bill sees that he needs someone in his life because Joel had someone and then he got Ellie. So he's still content. And then Bill realizes he's going to be alone forever and takes his own life at the end after Joel and Ellie leave. I mean, that would be so much more impactful than what we got. Because what we got was just them living their life and then dying together. Sure, that's romantic, but it's not as impactful as seeing someone else find joy. Like Joel found basically a daughter and was raising her, and Bill is alone again. Oh, still getting goosebumps thinking back on that episode, like what they could have done.
Yeah, great episode. Also, I'm still tired of everybody talking mad shit about the casting choice. It's like, okay, we're episode 3 now. Get over it. It's done. Don't get me wrong. The only thing I hate about Caitlin Deaver's Abby is, of course, she's small. She is small.
The thing I have an issue with is like their roles would have been better replaced. She would have been a better Ellie. Just would have been.
Look wise. Yep. That's about it though. I mean, I feel like she can act too, so she can pull it off. But acting wise, I'm liking Bella Ramsey. I just don't like how they got her portraying 19-year-old
this season. I don't like her this season
because she's still a kid.
Yeah, this season's just not her.
Like that's it's probably because it's probably she still feels like a kid because she still looks like the same Ellie from last season, which was 14-year-old Ellie, which it basically kind of messes up the performance for us. Yeah, that's where it's at, you know.
Well, and the way she acts and portrays everything. The scene like in season 1, episode 1, where they're making jokes about when they're breaking the rules and charging where they come across the stalker. It's just like, why is she acting like a child? You're supposed to be adults. You're gonna take out and you're acting like
okay, you know what? Stop. You know what? I can't do that. Stop. Because I'm 34 years old, and I'd still have been doing the same shit too. Dude, but it's based off of the character. My nigga, yes, the fuck I would, bro.
You would
yes, the fuck I would.
Everyone's dying around you. Dude, you wouldn't even enter the building.
I knew somebody that died, and I automatically had a joke about that shit, bro.
But somebody there's no way you would even step foot in that building. There's no way you'd be making a joke.
I would have been outside with homeboy.
You would make a joke after the fact, but you would never step foot in that building, so you wouldn't even be making a joke.
But stop though. But you gotta remember though, this is nothing new to them. Remember how on Walking Dead, stop. There's like 50 walkers coming. They're like, just put your guns away, stab them, push them to the edge. That's how they are with clickers. Because I mean, okay, you see how they was. They threw a bottle, went up, pop, pop, pop. Hey, we good. That's because they don't know they're no longer a big threat. They're excited to go in there. So to them, that's fun. They're going in there to have fun, not oh my God, we have to go in there, to get this. No, they're like, hey, let's go up in there. Ooh, I hear walkers in there. So it's not like they're in that bitch scared. So of course they're gonna sit there and have fun with it. Did they look scared? They looked prepared. They knew what they were doing.
They looked childish.
But still though, they. So I mean, like I said, what affects her performance for me is the fact that this is supposed to be 5 years later, and you know what? The only thing
7.
that mature, huh?
She's 19, right?
Yeah, 5 years later, she was 14. So the only thing that matured is her hair. That's it. That's the only thing that they say. Okay, we have to change her appearance, give her long hair, but she still looks the same age. That's the only thing that kills it. Other than that, though, I mean, I feel like she's still doing a great job.
I only saw the great job when she was dealing with Joel's absence. That was honestly the best part. Because then when she goes back to being
Okay, Bella Ramsey is still doing a great job. It's just how
she
the
can
script
act.
is. Yeah, it's this.
Yeah,
It's the script
the
they
script
have
is
her portraying a character.
really not doing because yeah, it's just that's the problem I have. It's like they're having her still act the part of a child.
But I mean, also in the defense though of the, I mean that's true. But in the game though, we also didn't really get much with her as like her daily like life or whatever. Like what we see, like first thing we see is her and Dina having a snowball fight. They go to the house, fight an infected, come back, some shit happens, Joel dies, and then we're on our way to Seattle. So I mean, here it's kind of like you getting to see what she is, but again, I still feel like But anyway, yep, that's episode 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah, I'm continuing to watch it. I'm hoping it'll turn a new leaf. Ellie will start coming into her role. Dina will come actually do more. I'm excited to find out about Gail, more of her, because they're going to keep doing back and forths between the Jacksonville and Ellie. Because I enjoy what's going on there.
Absolutely, that should I can't wait till we get more in depth with it.
Yeah,
that's definitely gonna. Whew.
But as of right now, it's just like it just feels a little drawn out. Just get me more Jacksonville battles. Get me more of that because that's still epic.